a rigged system.
Mhm.
Dem dem ako na baba karibu watatu wanne,
The Wababa economy.
and wababa like from 40s kuendelea. Hao ndo unapata wako hizo events.
Mhm.
Watu wako like 30s and below,
Yeah.
very few go to such events. That's why nimesema juu nimeangalia na events za Nairobi. Wapata like 40-year-olds, 50-year-olds wameenda. Huyu ni mtu akona mtoi, akona nini, anafanya nini kwa DM ya mtoto ako 19, 18, 16.
But you see, the thing is, me, I was shocked actually. There's a friend of mine was alikuwa ananipea story, akaniambia sahi hata unaona watoto wako class 8, most of them are very they are sexually active. Hii story ukiona reports sijui za teen pregnancy and whatever, it's true. But again, the thing is, kitambo unakumbuka like hata time ulikuwa class 8, msichana alikuwa anaambiwa aje stories za wanaume wakubwa nini, achana nao. So you could not talk to such a lady. Actually, she would walk away from you. But nowadays, they are entertaining those conversations. They are entertaining those conversations. Society yani imechange design nyingine. Baka hata tunabaki tunashangaa, unajiuliza like what is really happening.
I feel parents have failed. Parents were like your generation bringing up Gen Alpha. Achana Gen Z. Gen Z nilikuwa na this argument hapo juzi like a while ago na best yangu nikimwambia aje at the end of the day nini inaitwa aje, you can raise your child sasa like Gen Z. Sasa sisi tumeraiziwa na the whole morals of the African culture and all that, like this is the right way, discernment, unajua don't talk to strangers, usi nini like wababa and stuff like that, si ndio? These are my private parts. Kuna hadi nyimbo inatengenezwa sijui nini, don't allow them to touch.
Is there any part nowadays that is private?
Sasa unaona, and then now you have the like, sasa now it comes down to wewe as a person, si ndio? Ushajua what the world is, ushapata knowledge, si ndio? Now it is up to you, discernment now discernment will now come down to the individual person. You know what is good, you know what is bad. Now unakumbuka your manners and values you are taught by your parents. Kuna Gen Zs, I can speak and say, kuna Gen Zs wako like I can't do that, siwezi fanya hivyo. Ni sawa you want to nini, but I can just talk to you, but I can't do any funny business with you. But now Gen Alpha, the parents have failed. Juu hakuna limit for them, there is no restrictions for them. Gen Alpha uko 4 years old, uko na ushapata simu and all that. Sisi ulikuwa unakaziwa hiyo simu, like you had to umeenda sijui kwa cyber ama sijui ni wapi, and that is like you at 7 or 10 ndio unaenda kuingia online. Hata kuingia online ulikuwa hata uangalie tu YouTube ama sijui nini and all that. Hakukuwa na sai the internet, uko on Insta, someone ana look up to sijui someone who is every day thirst traps, morning, evening, lunchtime thirst trap. Yeah, anaangalia lifestyle yake funded by sijui who and who sijui nini, and you're like, this is something you're teaching to, allow me to call, primitive or naive mind, which is the Gen Alpha. Mtu aja experience anything in this life, akona already the mentality ya I just want money, materialistic. As long as you're giving me money, then I'm staying. If you're not, bye. There is no value again to the whole.
Sahi Gen Alpha for what age?
Is it ni watu
nasema wale wenye wako kwa mlango tunaitanga wenye walifungua mlango ya Gen Alpha, the first generation of Gen Alpha wako
sijui ni from 2013 2013.
So like the kids we are seeing here Gen Alpha or whatever.
Let me tell you, our toy ambao unaona like hapa, check the Insta accounts. Oh my days.
No, I mean I was having a conversation with this lady, someone mwenye tulikuwa tukiswim na yeye hapa, and I'm shocked that hata concerning like her health at her age, she's not even concerned, and even listening skills ziko poa in that tunamwongelesha yeye na kuongelesha kitu kingine. Unaelewa? Like nimemuuliza tu swali simple, nikamwambia ati by the way, aren't you concerned about your weight? You're around 12 years and you're already 50. At 50 kg. Because mi nimeswim na yeye, amekuwa side ingine niko huko na nimesikia ni kama nainua jamaa mwingine, unaget? Akasema no, hata in fact she's proud of it. She's like, unajua mimi nakula sinia moja ya nini ya biriani alafu na sinia ingine, si ndio? And then anasema I don't feel a thing. Nikamuuliza swali simple, by any chance do you have a health problem? Akaniambia I have a heart issue. Then kamwambia you are proud of taking medicine instead of controlling your diet. Nikaona okay, if you have such conversations nowadays utaambiwa you are body shaming.
And that's the thing, parents of nowadays, here what we're saying on restrictions, they are too afraid of let me say offending, parents I'd of say. Nowadays are whitewashed. You see how we normally see in movies, a kid can just slam the door on you, go upstairs, call you shitty names. That's what Gen Alpha are doing right now.
And then the thing is, I think also the lack of solid fathers in the home. Because even the fathers themselves, let me not say that most men are irresponsible, because I've seen some they are responsible, but they are not allowed to play their role as fathers in the homes. I'd say because the dynamics, the relationships are even with the modern woman. Look at that monitor lizard, ako ni kadogo, yani katoto. Yeah. So like you find that most men they are not allowed to lead in their homes as they are supposed to, or if they are supposed to lead at home, they should lead the way the woman expects him to lead. So you can't, if your conviction, for us men most of the time there are convictions we carry in that help us in terms of leadership and all that. So if you're not allowed to exercise that, and it's suppressed and all that, then you get to a point whereby for the sake of peace you just keep quiet, or you choose to be a submissive man in the home. And I get, so that is playing a lot of that is part of the problem that we're facing right now. Plus the parents are too busy, and instead of intentionally raising their children, they decide, okay, fine.
That's what I'm saying. I think it's a general parents issue. At our time, parents would still make time for us. Whether it is to check the homework, like, you know what I mean. Parents, you cannot compare parents who are kitambo now say. The Gen Alpha feel so entitled to so many things. They feel hawezi pigwa, hawezi ambiwa kitu. This world is theirs. Like, if they want, they should get. They don't have the whole concept of contentment. Hawajafunzwa hiyo ya ati sijui I can't get this. Allow me to say there is person X, so for privacy, person X has a cousin Y. So cousin Y is Gen Alpha. The Gen Alpha, so cousin Y, is so, should I say, full of themselves, in the sense that they know their parent won't hit them, won't do anything, will call the father, call the mom, will ask for anything, and they have to do it then and then. Why? Because the fellow friends are already doing the trend, they have to do it. It's just, they just have to. Peer pressure hits them so hard than any other generation, imagine, because they don't even have value. Allow me to say, Gen Alpha just need to have a masterclass for African values. Allow me to say, achana even African values. You just have to have a masterclass for values, morals, mannerisms, and just courtesy and etiquette. Oh my days. They are so confident, allow me to say overconfident. And it's not bad to be confident, I know. But like there are boundaries and limits to stuff. There is a process to go. You cannot go from 0 to 100 within 3 seconds unless you're a car. But you cannot, there are steps
to a fast car.
A supercar kwanza. There are steps to growth. Even in ministry, you can't just go from apostle to bishop. Like wake up overnight, apostle to bishop.
There's a process.
There is a process to everything. You do not rush these processes. They have to occur naturally with their own timeline. This thing of forcing it like it should happen then now, just because you saw it on Insta, you saw it on TikTok, you saw someone doing it. Nowadays you go to a concert, you've gone to a festival, and literally it's been written 18 plus. 18 plus. Oscar, trust you me, you'll go there and see grade 9s, grade 8s.
For real?
It is something happening. Wababa are not even, okay, allow me to say, I have a friend who hasn't even reached like senior secondary. They just recently finished ndo wanaingia senior grade 10. Na kona wababa wawili already.
For real? Nai.
No, hapa Mombasa. Allow me, I won't even say, I just serve a friend.
Is he part of your circle of friends?
No. But like I know the Chile. Na ini kitu ananyonyesha like wababas are in the DMs. So, like, oh my days. Where is this? Is should we say midlife crisis?
No, I don't think.
It's not even midlife crisis.
It's not midlife crisis.
This is not midlife crisis.
I'd say such men most probably they have been perverted mentally.
Yeah.
And the root cause could be actually addictions to come at porn and all that. Because you know pornography kuna stages zake. Kuna wengine you end up gay, kuna wengine you end up a pedophile, kuna wengine you end up...
No, should we call them pedophiles?
That one, I would say that.
Because if someone is 80 and then the Chile is 20, that's like...
No, at least amecross 18, unaweza sema akili. Hapo, according to the constitution,
according to the constitution, according to the... But according to women, frontal lobe develop ikiwa 25, so hapo anakuwa used, manipulated, ama ni gani?
But now the thing is, mtu kama huyo ukienda umwambie Kenya anafanya ni makosa, do you think atasikiza?
No.
You know, sometimes okay, we can blame parents for maybe negligence and all that. But now labda wameongea, umeona ma videos zingine zimekuwa TikTok whereby Gen Alpha actually telling the parents I'm done with you. Mpaka mwingine anakuja anaanika makosa babake, wewe hata ukwani nyumbani sijufanya nini. Si umeona ma video kama hizo? So what will you say in such scenarios? What will you say? Because, and for me as a Christian, I know these days were predicted in the Bible. It says in those days, I think the book of Timothy that talks about it, that they will be rebellious to their parents. They will be rebellious to their parents. People will be lovers of themselves and all that. We are actually there right now. Umeona take to imekuwa trend, sijui self-love and all that, but it's being demonstrated from a selfish perspective, of which the best balance is just like Jesus said that love yourself, love your neighbor as you love yourself. So how you treat yourself, treat the other person. No. It doesn't say end up with yourself. No. But sasa sahi here we are. This generation is here. Kuna a lot of rebellion. Ndo sahi mental health imekuwa issue because people are depressed, because others are realizing life I move the way walikuwa nafikiria. You don't wake up one day and you're just a millionaire. And because of that, watu wataki kuchoka. Ndio unaona biashara kama hizi sites kama OnlyFans na nini, they will continue thriving because people are willing to give content as long as wako pesa. They don't care about decent money or anything as long as money is money. Hapo ndo tuko sahi.
Now we're in a place where money is everything. Money talks.
Sahi, yes, si ndio hiyo. When you love nini, when you love money, you love when you love money, kwa nature unasikia kama vitu zinatembelea. When you love money, anything goes. You can kill your brother for money. You can decide to be pervert. Unaona, to be perverted because of money. When you love money, you can do anything.
Unasema the root of all evil ni
love of money.
Ni pesa. Watu wakaichukulia serious.
So now look at it this way. Sahi kuna hiyo issue tunaongelea. It will come an age people want to marry. And I know right now marriage rates zimeenda chini because we I think we become so focused materially. Unaona what people are going into or pursuing relationships with a mirror that is looking at themselves. Like what am I getting in this for me?
In return, yeah.
Unaona, what am I getting in this for me? So you meet a lady, akikutana na nini na jamaa.
I do not know. This is a new number.
Oh.
Hello. Poa sana.
Yes. So nilikuwa nasema like sahi kwenye tumefika, yani nilikuwa kwambia like unaingia kwa marriage ukijiuliza like what am I going to get into this, because one thing that is even breaking marriages is two things: selfishness, pride. Selfishness, pride. You're not willing to compromise, and it starts even in relationships. So right now, you know, kuna venye God ametucreate sisi kama majamaa. We want to give, we want to lead, we want to take care. But now the modern woman has been programmed to be everything that is against whatever is natural to the man. So you find leadership will be frustrated and all that, or if you are leading, you're supposed to lead the way she wants, which it's selfishness. Then out of that, you find the lady ends up creating a man that she resents. Unaona, umepressure, umefrustrate, amefika place fulani, he has become something else for the sake of tolerating you. Then you now resent because now the man is not demonstrating the leadership, masculinity or the leadership qualities that is supposed to. So the society is self-destructing. So tafika mahali we will just crumble, then we'll begin to build again, of which it's happening. If you look at like countries like US, sometimes you watch my videos, YouTube and all that, when the guys are going on the streets and interviewing, I think there's a realization that is coming, because unaona kama kwa maclubs zao majamaa pia wame check out. I was actually checking Los Angeles, clubs are closing down.
Guys are no longer
yes, guys are no ama club ikiwa ni mademo wako because majamaa ndio waenda huko kuspend dona kwa ita na nini. It's the same situation that is going to come hapa Kenya. Inaanza kuingia polepole, lakini pia tutafika hapo. So sasa hii ndo azamani unajiita mkutano, unajiuliza is it a must I marry?
Yeah. You know kitu nilikuja kujifunza, allow me to say this, with women, inakuanga for them to enter relationships, it is strategic for them. You know how we say men are visual beings, of which they do not actually understand this thing. I had an argument once with a couple of my female friends. Nilikuwa naambia, you know, we are visual beings as men. We will like what we see. There's a difference. I will see, I will like, I won't even approach, nitakuacha uende. But there's usually something here, I have seen this one, and inakuanga, should I call it love at first sight for men? Tunaonanga and then we're like, this one is, and then that's when you go. Kuna difference ya, nitaona Oscar, ile inakaa vizuri, na itaenda, I won't even talk. And then there's a difference when someone else passes and you'll just get it, we're that visual, we're that visual for them, and they do not understand that. And then for women, I feel like for them now it has turned into a strategy, whether they want, so they'll be like, I'm entering into this relationship, what am I getting? Financial stability. If they're financially stable, they'll be looking for either emotional stability, like I'm just looking for someone who is just going to be there. For them, it's a strategy.
You've forgotten point number 4. Somebody to fuck and go.
Or if it's sexual peer, now it is strategy for them. And then you're like, really? And then if you do it for them, then it becomes now you're the player, the womanizer. Yet for them, it wasn't even genuine from the start.
They become victims, or choose to play victims
of their own
instead of
story.
taking accountability.
Yeah, and then what I was saying, they want a good man, yet when the good man comes with boundaries and morals and values,
controlling.
They call them controlling,
manipulative,
manipulative, all those.
There's another one nimeisikia juzi, you're too guarded. Nimeisikia juzi, you're too guarded.
They will find names.
But on the flip side, if you tend to look at the grand scale of things, I think these terms are being used loosely. If a clinical psychology has not diagnosed you and said that you're a narcissist.
Yeah.
These terms are just being used loosely because I remember some time back there's a lady who used that on me. Alinifanya mpaka nikaenda kusoma vitabu za psychology. And when I was reading, one thing it was very clear. Every human being has some sense of narcissism, has a sense of you could generalize and all that.
Yeah.
It's part of the culture that has been there. So you can't take a term and use it on somebody or label somebody, because when you put a label on somebody, it means you will look at them through that lens going forward. So let the clinical psychologist and whatever do that job. But say it's very easy. In fact, when you become careful with your resources and you don't toss them around, you'll be called stingy.
If you're not funding her
lifestyle. If you're not
lifestyle.
funding her lifestyle, you are stingy and all that. But me, sahi mi usema, Jama, protect your resources.
Yeah.
Ensure, even you, when you're self-aware and then you also take steps to build yourself. I'm very careful with using the term empowerment, because if you go and look at the definition of empowerment, it means the power being restored to you that was taken from you initially.
Yeah.
But most of the women right now, none of them are in that situation, not unless ulikuwa dem Masai mwenye unaishi huko kwa village huko kwenye hauna rights zako zimekanyagiwa, FGM and all that. Ndo mwenye anaweza sema story ya women empowerment. But sasa sahi
feminist. We will talk about it on a different day, but I normally ask a feminist, what is the foundation of being a feminist? What was the initial, the bandwagon that started in the UK? What were they actually after at first? Civil rights. Then what came after?
The second wave. We're gonna first wave, civil rights and whatever.
And then the what came after? You guys wanted what? Actually, I normally tell people, if you look at it, it started in Europe, right? Where there were still schools for the whites and the blacks. And even the girls used to go to school. If you come back here in Africa, everyone had to go to... What is education, Oscar? If I sit here and teach you 1, 2, or 3 things, I've educated you, right? If you look at our African tradition, Wamasai, Nini, Kikuyus, everyone, they used to have oral tradition now. That is for us. Campfire, sit here, we explain to you.
And morals are being
transferred orally to everyone. Aikwati for boys peke, it was for the entire community, both boys and girls. So am I educating you guys or am I not? Then the whites came to Africa and are like, you know what, this is a backward tradition. You guys are not going to classes. And then now when they started building the schools and the family now had to decide, who am I taking to school? And then they decided what the male counterparts will go to school. Then the females will stay at home. By the end of the day, even before these whites came, we were all receiving the same education of our own African tradition, culture and values. Before now they started building schools. And then now people now started, okay, now feminists are like, why are they not going to school? Okay, you got the school, right? Now career-wise, if you do not have the skills and I have the skills, if the interviewer sees that, why would they choose you just because you are female?
Why? Sorry, kuna jina ilitumiwa. Is it second? Affirmative action. Wanatumia something called affirmative action.
Why?
Because so you don't give somebody a job based on merit, but based on gender.
But we will talk about feminists
another day.
Today
we're just random.
We are random.
We're randomizing things. But me will tell you, as a man, being you might pass through what I've gone through or what I may go through, but I'll tell you this. Build yourself. Build yourself. Ensure you also protect your resources. Because one thing I'll tell you for sure that I've realized, we have been programmed or we've programmed ourselves to just choose a woman based on beauty, and we don't look at values. But be thorough enough when selecting the partner that you are. Even the Bible tells us about the Proverbs that one woman, how she does good to the guy all the days of his life. Ensure you vet the woman, and this comes from you being self-aware. Be aware of your strength, be aware of your interests, be aware of your passions and all that. Because so many times huku nje they paint marriage as an issue of like a career path or a career goal. But the goal of it is companionship. Tumetoka huko nje, tumefanya kazi and whatever, but can we talk together? Can we have time together? Can we love on each other? Can we share how our day was? That's the purpose of marriage. But now these other things somehow have crept in, career goals, position at work and everything. And that means you need to get a partner who knows, like, to differentiate between who they are from what they do. Because if your identity is anchored in, like, who God says you are, you will not drag your career into things. You will get to know this is who I am and all that. And that's why purpose is very important. When you understand your purpose, then you are able, and you work in alignment, then you choose a person whom mwenye mko well aligned. Challenges will always be there, because even like, for instance, let's say you marry when you are 30 years of age, and you marry a lady who is 25. You can't be able to deal with 25 years and 30 years of age in a single day. There's no conflict lazima zikuwe, and that's the beauty of relationship, because you come and learn and then you find your own way. But right now it's very dangerous for the man. Hata sahi, kama, like, for me who is working and all that, I can't flirt around with ladies. I can't make certain jokes. I can't do anything hata kama mezoeana, because one thing I realized even in the office is that when she likes you, some jokes zita slide, but if she doesn't like you, some jokes will take you to HR. So unakuja tu unafanya kazi yako professionally na unaenda. So right now, as a man, take care of yourself, build yourself as a value, and know one thing: marriage is not a must. And then another thing, I know sometimes the church will come and tell you, there's favor that comes with a woman and all that. Your Proverbs 18:22, you finds a wife, finds a good thing and obtains favor and all that.
I thought of that thing, and then I was.
But if you read, I believe it's in Proverbs chapter 12 that says, 12 verse 2, maybe, but it says that a good man obtains favor from the Lord. So favor is not just tied for ukiwa ndani ya ndoa. You even being a good man, being aligned with God, doing that which He wants you, can also attract favor. Unaona? So you aim for that. Wacha ikuwe, because for me, I come from the school of thought, venye nimesoma Bible. It was not actually the intention of man to look for a wife. It was the intention of man to find his work and be whatever. Let God decide. That's why God tells Adam, or what is recorded in Genesis, that it is not good for man to be alone. I will make him a helper that is suitable to help him in the work. And when God gave Adam Eve, He did not place Eve in the kitchen or any place. I'll place in the same garden. That means Eve had the same access to the same resources that Adam had. So history ya kuja kuambiwa sahi sijui ati there's a place for woman and what. No. God brought them so that they work together to achieve that. The modern woman is thinking of, what can I get from this guy? So you empower, I wouldn't say empower, build yourself, educate yourself, be a person of substance, be a person of wisdom, pursue your purpose, know your calling mapema. And then hizi stories zingine acha zikae kando, because I'm telling you, chasing ladies can waste your time.
And resources.
You jump heartbreak ya kwanza, heartbreak ingine, heartbreak ya kwanza, heartbreak ingine.
And heal, guys.
And taking time to heal and do whatever. So just focus on yourself uende. And sometimes nowadays, loyalty is rare.
Honesty.
Loyalty and faithfulness, those two things. Those they are anchored in honesty. I'm telling you, they are anchored in honesty, but they are very rare. Sahi mtu anaweza kakuacha tu, anaweza kakutoka na kwambia tu utaachwa bila, for no reason.
And unajua, they normally don't understand. Akitoka tu hivyo, the mental impact it has on the man, inakwanga, you will be asking yourself, am I enough?
What did I do something wrong? Because this way, one thing I've come to learn, before a lady walks out of a relationship, she's already processed the pain, she's already processed the issues and gone.
She already wanted to do it. It was a thought ya kitambo akafikiria.
Yes, ameifikiria for long. But for us guys, mara ya kwanza tunasemanga umedecide kwenda ni sawa. But day 1, day 2, day 3, that's when you start processing the pain. Unaanza kufikiria issue ilikuwa aje and all that. Then you go through the cycle of acceptance, cycle of healing and everything, and then you pick up from there. No. But dem yeye mwenyewe asha process. But again, thinking of it, sometimes if a mistake can be brought up, uone maybe ni issue kidogo, maybe there was a misunderstanding, you know, some things can be talked out. But if somebody has already, miusema mtu akitaka kutoka forget even about being narrow-minded. If one wants to leave a relationship, even those who are married, reasons ziko.
Yeah,
reasons ziko. You just need to pick one that is repeated all the time, and you major on that one and you walk away. Same thing in relationship. But there is nothing that cannot be solved. Once you realize mko aligned in terms of purpose and so many other things, fight for your relationship, because sometimes even the devil is not happy. Utakuja tu kuonyesha makosa za mtu kila wakati, and then you decide to
just be mature, guys, and talk things out.
Yeah, talk things out.
There is nothing that can be solved by, and when you're talking things out, don't turn defensive.
Yes, face the issue.
Face the issue. If you're wrong, you are wrong. Just own it up. You are wrong. Don't go defensive and you're trying to talk things out. You know, inakwanga, you should just be calm and composed when talking things out. This is something you had started. You knew what you were getting yourself into. Honeymoon phase ended. Now you're starting to see the flaws, the negatives. Now you're starting to get relaxed into their lives and all that. Now you're seeing everything. Now it is up to you now. Well, if you want to continue with this, because if you break up with that person and go to a different one, you'll just be going over honeymoon phases for how long?
Exactly.
For how long? Past the honeymoon phase, now you're seeing the flaws. Okay, compromise, adjust, sit. Oscar, can we talk? Oscar, we were together during the day and you did this. It didn't sit right with me.
Yes.
Can we please talk?
And we sort out this issue.
If whatever they're saying is making sense, you take it into consideration and you adjust, and you're like, you know, if it's by how you are raised, it's something, it's your value, and you're like, you know, well, this is how I know things to be, but I will consider what you've said, I will think about it. And it's so simple. You have considered both parties instead of just coming back so angry, lash out and doing all that and then be like, I'm going.
It's true.
No.
Okay. They are not our things. So, at the end of the day, if you want something to work out, it will work out.
Yeah.
If you don't want it to work out, there are reasons. There are reasons to walk away. It's the same thing hata ukiwa job. Kuna reasons za kuleave your kazi. But you remember at the end of the day, if I've not found another opportunity, or I cannot destroy where I am right now if I've not found something, because there will always be flaws anywhere. But now we need to exercise some sort of tolerance, patience, and long suffering. As long as you are not being physically abused or anything, there's always a solution for anything.
And in relationships, guys, find someone who you guys can understand one another. You can at least talk. Unajua, I was telling you, Nini, men, we are so simple. We do not need much. Peace goes a long way. I cannot be nimeenda cycling, nimechoka ama nimeenda kazi, nimeenda kufanya nini, and during the day I'm like checking up on you and telling you, kazi leo kuna venye nimechoka and it's so hectic. And then at the end of the day nakuja, and then instead creating that atmosphere of peace ama of calmness and all that, ushaanza pressure after pressure. Unajua kuna hii, unajua tunafaa tufanye hivi, unajua unafaa ufanye hivi. Again, I just came back home to my loving wife. Nimemwambia nimechoka. I just need you to calm me down. Ama like just create that atmosphere of I am at peace. I am a place that is secure and I can rest. I don't need to think about the pressures of the world at this moment. Niko tu hapa at peace. Wewe ukishaanza kunini cheki, that is how people actually lose their guys, and they don't know, because wota kuja umefanya hivyo, kuna mtu atamtext, are you okay, is everything okay, unajua niliona leo ukiwa hivi na hivi. So for us it will be like, oh, at least I'm being considered somewhere else. And if this other party does that on regular basis and you're doing something else on a regular basis, chances are this guy will just jump the ship. And you will be
peace of mind is very
and you will be so shocked, what happened, sijui nini, why, but the person jumped the ship because of what? Peace. Jo, wewe unawezi kuwa I'm bringing peace to you, ama na I'm sorting out every other thing for you, and then the one thing I just need ama like feel like they need to have is just peace, yet wewe unaamua doing something else. It makes absolutely no sense. It cannot be one way for you and a different way for me. We have to be in sync.
Peace is very important. Peace is very important.
Syncness, understanding.
But the thing
peace.
is this: if right now, before you choose to engage yourself in anything, relationship or anything, value yourself such that you don't get to a place where you feel like less of a man because of the accomplishments maybe of the lady and everything. You value yourself, know what you want, and part of it is being able to decide this works for me and this one does not work for me. So relationships si lazima ukuwe na mtu ama nini. Ama na mkipatana mgel mflow, choose based on purpose. Don't choose based on nini based on the attraction and all that, because there'll always be somebody more beautiful than the person that you are.
Not the person. Personality, guys.
Sawa.
Na namshikilie bros. You're bros. You're bros, guys. Men, we do not need I normally tell my friends, hatuhitaji the whole validation ama empowerment. Okay, allow me to say empowerment our counterparts are getting on a daily. We just need each other, honestly speaking. Unaona vile wako wanasema tuko events, tuko huku tuna roast nyama choma huku pamoja, we're talking about our things huku, because at least hapo hiyo space unajua huwezi kuwa judged. People will actually listen to you, give you a listening ear and comfort you. We just need ourselves, honestly speaking, guys. Big up.
Cheers.
Faith.